So now that we know about the zero product property, we're going to use that in order to be able to solve some of these equations. So remember, the zero product property said we have to be multiplying things together, and it has to be equal to 0 in order to be able to use it. Well, here we do have that. We have these two things multiplied together to equal 0. So, according to the property, that says that either the first factor could be 0, so x minus 3 could be 0, or that second factor could be 0. So either or x plus 1 rather could equal 0. Now let's solve each one of these little mini equations. If we add 3 to both sides, we get x equals positive 3. There's one answer. If we subtract 1 from both sides, we get x equals negative 1. There's our other answer. Now let's just check this to make sure that it actually works. Let's check our answer of 3. If this is truly an answer or a solution to this problem, then it should make this mathematical statement true. So I should be able to plug in a 3 everywhere I see an x in this problem. So that means 3 minus 3 times 3 plus 1 is supposed to equal 0. 3 minus 3 is 0 times 3 plus 1 is 4. And is 0 times 4 equal to 0? Yes, it is. So that checks out. We can also check the negative 1 if we want to. There again, same thing. If this is truly a solution, we should be able to plug it back into the problem and it should make sense. So everywhere I see an x, I'm going to replace that with a negative 1. Negative 1 minus 3 times negative 1 plus 1 should equal 0 if we're correct. Negative 1 minus 3 would be negative 4 times negative 1 plus 1 is 0. Now does that in fact equal 0? Negative 4 times 0 is 0, which does equal 0. So those answers both check. So our solutions are x equals 3 and x equals negative 1. Let's try another one. Here again, for the zero product property, you have to have things multiplied together equal to 0. And in this case we do. We have 2x times the 3x plus 4 equal to 0. So each one of those factors, one of them or both of them, could be 0. So 2x could equal 0, or 3x plus 4 could equal 0. Well, if 2x equals 0, then we could divide both sides by 2 to get x equals 0. There's one of our answers. Or over here, if we subtract 4 from both sides, we get 3x equals negative 4. And then dividing both sides by 3, we'd get x equals negative 4/3. So either one of those answers would make this a true statement. And again, we could go back through and plug in our 0, and we would see that it makes it true. And we could also plug in our negative 4/3, and we would see that that is true also.